I figured I had all of the logos on the board. So I thought, you know what? I want to do a video where I discuss slow starts and hot starts for the year. Now that we're up to a really significant portion of the season being finished. So in red are the hot starts, in blue are the cold starts. And if you can't see them because you're on your phone, good thing I'm here to read it to you. On the Anaheim side, hot start. Aberg, 24 games played, 9 goals, 6 assists. Nothing was expected from Aberg when they picked him up on waivers from Edmonton. And here we are. He's one of their best goal scorers. Kessler, 27 games, 4 goals, 2 assists. I have him as a cold. That being said, we know Kessler hasn't been 100% for over a year. And this might be the new reality. Kessler might be a 20-point per season kind of player now. On the Arizona side, there was nothing of consequence, so I didn't leave Arizona on the board. Boston, I got 3 colds for you. Danton Heinen. I do Danton Heinen. People were like, do you believe in Danton Heinen? I don't. 25 games played, 2 goals, 3 assists. David Backes, bad year for him. 22 games, 2 goals, 2 assists. And Ryan Donato, 14 games, 2 goals, no assists. So that's a big part of your Boston is top heavy with its scoring because there's so many players that have been slumping this year who should have been better scorers. Buffalo, Skinner, of course, has been red hot. 29 games played, 20 goals, 9 assists for 29 points. Casey Middlestad, I think, was expected to get off to a bit of a better start than 29 games played with 4 goals and 5 assists. Berglund, cold. 22 games played, 2 goals and 2 assists. He was asked about his slow start, and he said he wasn't worried about it, which I'm sure made Buffalo fans feel better and probably made St. Louis fans say, yeah, we know. We've seen it. Calgary, Elias Lindholm, 28 games played, 13 goals, 17 assists. Definitely been hot for them, which, if you're a Carolina fan, this board looks bad because you've got Lindholm and Skinner who are performing really, really well since trades, and Carolina is now still outside the playoffs. Bennett, 28 games played, 4 goals, 5 assists. He's still struggling to find his way offensively in the league. And James Neal, 28 games played, 3 goals, 3 assists. Either he hasn't had enough ice time or he hasn't deserved more ice time. Either way, he hasn't had the goals to go with he's been snake bit around the net. But again, these things happen. On Carolina, I found one cold player, which was Dougie Hamilton, 27 games played, 3 goals, 7 assists. I went back and forth on it, but I figured, you know what, the 3 goals are the reason to put Dougie Hamilton on here. With all of those shots, more than 3 goals would have been expected. On Chicago, Dylan Strome, 25 games played, 5 goals, 4 assists. He has 2 goals and 1 assist in 5 games with Chicago, and while plus minus doesn't mean a lot, when you're -4 in 3 games, it does kind of scream something. Perlini, 27 games played, 2 goals, 4 assists for him on the cold side as well. And Chicago picked them up knowing they were cold, hoping that their luck would change and that trading out Schmaltz would fix things. Colorado, Mikko Rantanen leads the league in scoring, unexpected, 28 games played, 11 goals, 35 assists. Patrick Nemeth, 23 games, 1 goal, 2 assists. I had expected more from Nemeth, especially based on last year and how he played well into the playoffs and everything. He looked great, but this year it's just not working out so far. On the Columbus side of things, Atkinson, 26 games played, 19 goals, 11 assists for 30 points. He's been really hot. Ryan Murray, 27 games played, 1 goal, 14 assists. I've mentioned Murray before recently and how well he's been playing. On the cold side, Boone Jenner. And remember when he was going to be a 30-goal scorer? 27 games played, 5 goals, 8 assists for him. Riley Nash, it has not been a good fit offensively in Columbus as it was in Boston. 26 games played, 1 goal, 3 assists. On Dallas, I have 2 in the cold. That's Matthias Janmark, 28 games played, 1 goal, 7 assists. We expected more than 1 goal to this point. And Valeri Nichushkin, 22 games played, 4 assists. And they waived Jamel Smith, who goes to Boston. That's the thing I don't understand. Why are you waiving Smith when you got Nichushkin with this many goals through 22 games, and he's supposed to be a goal scorer? On Edmonton, a lot of blue with Edmonton. 2 reds, though. Clefbaum, 28 games played, 3 goals, 12 assists. He's had an excellent start to the year compared to last year. And Chason, 22 games played, 11 goals, and 2 assists. So points-wise, not red hot, but those 11 goals, I have to put them up there. On the cold side, here's where the energy line shows up. So Hitchcock took over and he put 3 guys on the energy line. So I will denote them as energy line members when I get to them. Energy line Milan Lucic, 28 games played, 1 goal, 4 assists. Ty Ratty, who is not a coach's darling at all for Hitchcock. I think Ratty's headed back to the American League. 16 games, 2 goals, 2 assists. And it's weird because remember in the preseason he was playing great. We were all amazed at how he was playing. And then the regular season started, and this is how you become a career American Hockey League player. Energy line, Kyle Brodziak, 26 games played, 2 goals and 1 assist. Ryan Spooner, 25 games played, 2 goals and 1 assist for him. Jesse Puljujarvi, 17 games played and 2 goals. And energy line member Zach Kassian, 25 games played and 1 goal. No assists for 1 point. He's on pace for 3 points. Florida, the only one I could find of note was Keith Yandel, who through 26 games played has got 4 goals and 21 assists for 25 points. That's pretty solid. LA, a lot of blue here. Kopitar, who's been better lately, but still 27 games, 7 goals, 11 assists. Kovalchuk, who's now injured. He started off well, and it's fallen apart from there. 25 games played, 5 goals, 9 assists for him. Kempe, Adrian Kempe, remember him? 27 games played, 3 goals, 4 assists. And Dion Phaneuf, and I don't want to pick on Phaneuf at all. When you see 28 games played and 1 assist, and he's a minus 11, you just, anyways, so he's up there. Minnesota, 2 in the red. Zach Parise, 26 games played, 13 goals, 10 assists. Matt Dumba, 27 games played, 10 goals, 9 assists. I had to have Dumba up there. He's on pace for 30 goals. On the Montreal side, 2 in the red. Max Domi, 28 games played, 13 goals, 17 assists. And Thomas Tatar, 28 games played, 11 goals, 11 assists for him. And after the way things ended in Vegas, that's an impressive total. 2 in the blue, so 2 cold for New Jersey. Will Butcher, who was expected to at least maybe take a step forward from his totals last year, not happening. 25 games played, 1 goal, 7 assists. Pavel Zacha, who was better since the call-up, but still 21 games played, 4 goals, no assists. In the blue for the New York Islanders, these guys is Jordan Eberle, 26 games played, 6 goals, 7 assists, so he's on pace for about 40 points. Ottawa, I came up with 2 on the hot side of things. Matt Duchene, 28 games played, 12 goals, 22 assists. Thomas Chabot, 28 games played, 7 goals, 24 assists. Gostisbehere for Philadelphia, 25 games played, 3 goals and 8 assists. After 65 points last year, I'm going to go out on a limb and say a pace of about 35 this year is a disappointment. Pittsburgh, I know Brian Rust isn't a big goal scorer, but 1 goal in 26 games with 5 assists is a bit of a disappointment. Tanner Pearson, who's been better since the trade, but still 27 games played, 3 goals, 3 assists. San Jose, LeBank's been quite the story. 29 games played, 3 goals, 16 assists. Excellent totals for him. On the cold side, Erik Karlsson, 29 games played, 2 goals, 14 assists. And Evander Kane, 29 games played, 7 goals, 9 assists. I think there was more expected of him in San Jose this year than he's provided so far. Bozak in St. Louis is the one I come up with as being cold. 26 games played, 3 goals, 8 assists. 10 goals just isn't going to do it. And I love Bozak's game, but it may not be a good fit with St. Louis. I think where Doug Armstrong's going to have to make up his mind is how many of these guys that he brought in does he need to actually trade out and try to fix this before the season's completely lost, unless he's already given up on it. On the Tampa side of things, 2 guys who I have in the red. Braden Point, 29 games played, 20 goals, 17 assists. Amazing season for him. And McDonough, 29 games played, 2 goals, 18 assists for 20 points. On the Toronto side, 2 in the red as well. Mitch Marner, 28 games played, 6 goals, 33 assists for 39 points. I don't think many of us saw Mitch Marner scoring about 100 assists this year. Riley, 28 games played, 9 goals, 21 assists for 30 points. His scoring has fallen off from where it was at the start of the year, but it's still pretty solid for Morgan Riley. On the Vegas side of things, that's right, Vancouver's not up here. There are a few teams that I removed from the board because I couldn't find anything really hot, really cold kind of thing. Vegas, Alex Tuck, 21 games played, 8 goals, 12 assists. Eakin, 26 games played, 11 goals, and 8 assists for him for 19 points. Washington, I went with Tom Wilson, who has 8 goals and 6 assists, 14 points in 11 games. I was on the fence about whether or not to put him up there, but it's like, look, he's got 8 goals in 11 games. That's a bit unexpected. On the Winnipeg side of things, Blake Wheeler, 27 games played, 4 goals, 32 assists. Laine, 27 games played, 21 goals, 3 assists. He is purely there for the goals. And it's tough for me because most of those goals are in a 1-week period. And he is extremely hot or extremely cold, it would seem, at the NHL level. Hot enough that I put him in red on here. And Tyler Myers, I have in the blue. 27 games played, 1 goal, 3 assists. I believe he had 42, 45 points, somewhere in that region for Winnipeg last year. So that's a big disappointment, big drop. And odds are he may very well be on the market. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Who surprised you for the better or for the worse? And again, if I removed a team from the board and didn't mention them here, it's because there wasn't anybody major. I'll go over the teams I removed. It was Vancouver, Rangers, Nashville, Detroit, and Arizona. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And I'll talk to you again soon.